What if confidence didn't feel like a performance? What if growth wasn't wrapped in pressure but in peace? Hi, I'm Ayompela, and this is the Embrace Podcast. I started this space because I know what it feels like to look in the mirror and still not see yourself. To chase self-worth in all the wrong places, to be growing but still feel stuck. From body image to confidence and self-worth, we do it differently here. Through honest stories, Christ-like compassion, and gentle truths, you learn to embrace your whole self. Confidence isn't built overnight, but it can be built with love, and you don't have to do it alone. Welcome to your soft place to land. Welcome to the Embrace Podcast.
Hello boys and girls, hello ladies and gentlemen. What's up? How are we doing? Welcome to another episode of the Embrace with Ayompela podcast. As always, I am Ayompela, and I'm so happy that you are here on this beautiful Friday. And happy new month, by the way. Welcome to July. Welcome to the second half of the year. It's actually the second half of the year, you guys. Like, the way this year has flown by is mind-blowing. Like, it's so crazy. We were saying happy new year like 2 days ago. Wishing our family and friends happy new year and going to crossover services. Like, I remember my crossover service very vividly because it honestly still feels like yesterday, and suddenly we're in July. I'm not complaining. I don't even know if I'm complaining, to be honest. I've not processed this new revolution, but happy new month. I hope that this second half of the year breaths answered prayers for you. I pray that you have the strength, the resilience, the resources, everything that you need to meet your goals, to get things done, to just accomplish the things that you want to accomplish and the things that God will have you accomplish. So we're going to move head straight into the episode. And today I am going to be talking about relationships. But before we dive into this ocean, I'm going to start with a game. Let's play a game, a very quick game. And it's a game that's very popular. A lot of us know the game. It's put your finger down. So you're supposed to raise 10 hands or 10 fingers up. Oh my goodness, who has 10 hands? 10 fingers. You're supposed to raise your 10 fingers up. And then for each question or for each prompt, you will put a finger down if you're able to relate to it. And then at the end of the game, we'll know how many fingers you have up left. Are you ready? All right. Put a finger down if you've ever double or triple texted someone who ignored your first message. Put a finger down if you've ever ignored all your friends' advice because you wanted a relationship to work. Put a finger down if you've made excuses for somebody that you would never make or you never accept from a friend. Put a finger down if you always check your partner's phones or you've always checked your partner's phones. I'm talking about past relationships and even maybe present, even though nothing they've said or done gave you a reason to. Put a finger down if you've ever made excuses and ignored red flags because you thought they would change. Put a finger down if you've ever downplayed your standards so that it's not look as if you are doing so much. Put a finger down if you've ever been more attracted to somebody who barely liked you than somebody who clearly likes you. Put a finger down if you've ever stayed in a relationship longer than you should because you didn't want to be alone. Put a finger down if you've ever thought, if I just do more, they will finally like me. And finally, put a finger down if you've ever wondered, why do I always fall for people who don't really want me? If you are down to 3 fingers or less, then today's episode, or you know somebody who fits this, picture, this episode is for you or for them. But let me quickly say this before somebody will start diagnosing themselves. None of these things automatically mean that you have low self-esteem. Everybody has fallen for somebody that they should not have fallen for before or made excuses for bad behavior before. But the issue is when it becomes a pattern. It becomes your pattern when you keep choosing people who don't choose you, when you keep chasing people who keep running away, when the people that who genuinely like you, somehow they don't excite you. But the one that is giving you premium headache, that's the one that you cannot get over. It's usually a sign that there's something deeper that is going on. And that is exactly what we're talking about in today's episode. So grab your juice, grab your cold zobo if that's your vibe, whatever it says that you want to grab. Even if it's hot coffee you want to take it. Just sip something and pay attention to me and hear what I have to say. Let's just. So now there's so many reasons why people end up like this or end up choosing people who don't choose them. There's trauma. Trauma is one, attachment is another. You know how Nigerians say, or we say things like there's love at home. And in some people's case, there was no love at home. There was no emotional safety. There was no reassurance. There was no stability. And all of those things can actually shape the way you love as an adult. But today, I want us to look at it from one angle, and that's the self-esteem angle, because why else are we here? It's a self-esteem podcast. But yeah, because I honestly don't think that we talk enough about how much the way you see yourself actually affects the people that you choose. Honestly, when we end this episode, you see why you need to give yourself or other people more grace. And I'm not saying stay in a toxic relationship. When we get to the end of it, just stay with me. So where does all of this even start? For a lot of people, it starts in childhood. Let's say you grew up in a home where love felt conditional. The only time that your parents will tell you they like you, or I love you, or good job, or I'm proud of you, was when you did something right, or you came first in class, or when you washed the plate, or when you behaved yourself. That's the only time you will ever get affirmed by your parents. And I remember I've said before in this episode that your parents are your primary caregiver. They are the ones that as a child you look to for affection, for safety, for emotional connection. When that is missing, it does a number. It can do a number for your self-esteem and for your identity when you grow up. So when you are the kind of person who, when you grow up, all you're hearing, the only time you hear I love you is when you scored first in your class, or you did something nice or something like that. You will not think, oh, my parents love me. What you'll be thinking in that moment is, oh, love is something I have to earn, something I have to perform for. Do you get something I have to deserve? I read a story recently, you guys, about somebody who his parents started telling him at the age of 12, at the very young, little, tender age of 12, you guys, that he would never amount to anything in life because he wasn't coming first in his class, and that he was just wasting his life at the age of 12. I saw that story and honestly just broke my heart. That kind of person would grow up feeling worthless, feeling like they don't have any value to come, because as a child, like, your formative years are so important. How you feel, accept love, or how you interpret love is so important, right? Now your own story might not even be that extreme. You might not have a parent that called you names or insulted you. It could simply just be that, oh, the praise only came when you did something nice or when you performed. The effect is going to be quite similar, because without even realizing it, you grow up thinking that love or worth is something that is a reward. So now that you're an adult, guess who you will now attract the most? The emotionally unavailable person, the one that is clearly not choosing you, the hard to get person. Because we always say, oh, I like people that are very hard to get. It makes me know that there's value. I love a challenge. You give me this adrenaline rush. Maybe you check it, you're probably just battling low self-esteem and you don't even know it, right? You're always looking for people who give you enough attention to keep you hoping. The one who is giving you crumbs, they're breadcrumbing you. Those are the ones that you always want, because somewhere you're thinking, if I can just make this person love me, then maybe I will finally be enough. So do you see how dangerous that is? You're no longer looking for love now. You're looking for proof that you are valuable, proof that you are worthy, right? So as long as somebody has chosen you, whether they are good for you or they're not good, as long as they've picked you, then you start feeling like, oh yes, maybe I deserve love, maybe I'm worthy. And now we've talked about childhood love and safety, and there's a lot to unpack on that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bore you with that. But that's not the only way that your self-esteem can get damaged. Sometimes life just happens. Maybe one of your parents left, maybe your parents got divorced or separated, maybe you experienced abuse, sexual abuse, you were molested as a child or as an adult, maybe someone you trusted even broke your trust or broke you. Whatever it is, it left a mark, right? And when a parent leaves, for example, they leave a space or a hole inside of you, a hole that only a parent can fill. And because we are human beings now, we naturally want to fill empty spaces. So when somebody comes along and chooses you, it doesn't just feel like, oh, this is romance. It feels like a relief that, yes, finally somebody has chosen me. Finally somebody has stayed, right? That's what it feels like for you. It's not just love, it's not just romance. And if you can understand that, it will make sense why there's somebody, or you are somebody who is always jumping or moving from one relationship to another relationship. It's not necessarily because you are desperate. Sometimes it's because being single feels like you are sitting alone with a wound that you have not really healed. So you have a void, and the only person that can fill that void is somebody who chose you, in quote, somebody who picked you, somebody who gives you that validation that you are looking for. So you will always keep looking for somebody to fill that void. You will always keep looking for somebody to complete you. It's why people will say things like, "Oh, you complete me," or "I'm looking for my other half." And I know that some people it's one of those cheesy things that people who are in relationships say, which by the way, I think that relationship people should be banned, but that's by the way. But yeah, so it's one of those things that people say when it's just in the moment. I'm in a relationship, guys, by the way. So like, one of those things you say when you're in love and you want to just love the person. "Oh, I love you so much. You're my better half. I can't imagine this life without you." You come. Sometimes it's just cheesy, it's just cute, it's just nice to see. And I'm not even denying that. Maybe I might have said it a few times, don't judge me. But for some other people, it has gone beyond just being romantic. Some people, they actually mean it. Deep down, they don't feel like they are complete on their own. And by the way, that's a dangerous amount of power to hand to another human being. Somebody who defines your worth, I think, is a dangerous amount of power. No human being should carry the responsibility of proving your own worth to you. It's too heavy. It's a full-time job that even they themselves are not qualified for. But the same thing also applies to trauma. Let's say you were abused as a child. Sometimes when children are abused, they don't think, "Oh, an adult did something terrible." They think, "Maybe there was something wrong with me. It's my fault. I'm the reason why this thing happened." And if that belief stays with you into like your adult years, guess what will start happening? You unconsciously choose people who reinforce or validate the idea that there's something wrong with you. People who make you feel unworthy, people who make you chase, people who don't choose you. And I know it might sound strange, but our brains are very comfortable with what is familiar and not what is healthy. Let me just shock you. Our brains many times would tend towards what is familiar and not what is healthy. So you always choose people who make you feel unworthy because you're already used to it and they're validating that feeling for you. So at the heart of all of this, low self-esteem or, a low sense of worth would affect you in so many ways. It changes the way you see yourself. And when the way you see yourself changes, the way you see other people, guess what? It will also change. The way you choose people rather would also change. And can I tell you something that will shock you just a little? Just a little bit. Are you ready? Many times, the people we choose say more about us than about them. Think about it. If deep down you don't believe that you are worthy of healthy love, why should you believe you deserve a healthy partner? Do you see what I'm saying? If you don't believe that you are worthy of acceptance, why should you choose somebody who would accept you? You won't. You just settle because you believe that that's all you deserve and that's all you're ever going to get. You will settle. You will tolerate things that you should not tolerate. You will explain. You will become expert at explaining things that should have made you leave a long time ago. You keep giving them one last chance, until your 100th last chance. You will keep giving them one last chance. Maybe they will soon change. Maybe if I keep doing this, they will finally change. They finally see what I'm saying. There's a popular quote that says that we accept the love that we think that we deserve. And honestly, there's a lot of truth in that. When your self-worth is low, you will not be asking things like, "Oh, is this person good for me?" All you're asking is, "Do they like me? Do they pick me? Did they choose me?" That's all you are looking for. Your goal is not compatibility at that point. Your goal is just, they shall accepted me. Somebody finally accepted me. Or somebody can accept me in this life. You are busy trying to be chosen that you're not even asking yourself if you are also choosing the person that you're with. Right? You're just busy, caught up in the fact that, "Oh, they finally chosen me. Somebody has chosen me." That you don't even care if you are also choosing the person. And that's how people end up staying in relationships where they are constantly disrespected, ignored, or emotionally starved. And it's not like they like suffer here. No, I don't think anybody in this life, there's no award for suffering. I don't think anybody genuinely says, "You know what, there's good life and there's suffering. The one that I want is suffering. I enjoy suffering." I don't think anybody knows or enjoys or chooses suffering. Sometimes they don't even know the difference. A part of you just believes that this is what I can get. This barest minimum, this toxicity even is what I can get, is the best. And that's the lie that low self-esteem would always tell you, that you're not deserving of more. You're not deserving of better. Nothing better is coming for you. You're not good enough. So why should you get a good relationship? And here's another interesting thing, you guys. Our brain is wired to like being right, for lack of a better word. So if you spent all your life thinking, "Oh, it's hard to love me," or "I'm not enough," or "People will always leave me the way my mother," sometimes you might never say the way my mother left me, but there's a hint of somebody leaving you in growing up that affects the way you begin to interpret relationships. So it's like, "Oh, this person is going to leave me." So guess what your brain will now start looking for? evidence. And it's not a conscious thing, like I said earlier. It's actually not conscious. You just subconsciously start looking for people who reinforce it, people who will always keep you guessing, the ones who will never choose you fully, the ones who will be giving you crumbs, the ones who like you but don't like you enough to date you, but like you enough to keep you around. That's what you, as long as they shall choose me, as long as they shall accept me, and and you always look for people like that, people who always keep you guessing, because every time they reject you, the voice in your head will say, you see, I told you, you're not worthy. You see, your brain likes to look for evidence, likes to look for proof. I talked about this a lot of times during the course of this podcast. It's looking for evidence, it's collecting data, it's collecting proof. So when you will not say, you see, I told you, this is all you can get, this is all you deserve, this is all you are worth. And it is very painful, but it is familiar. It's what your brain is already used to. Now, I want to pause here and ask a question, ask you something. Think about the last person that you really, really liked. The person that you swore was heaven made, was a match made from heaven for you. Were you actually compatible with this person? Did you actually like this person? Or were you just relieved that they paid attention to you, or that somebody finally gave you the attention you wanted and then they chose you? I want you to think about it for a very hot minute. Just think about it. I would have said, let me wait for 1 minute while you are thinking, but you can think about it after. Just make a mental note or a physical note to think about it after this podcast. Now, what all of these things I have said actually looks like in real life is that you become more interested in being chosen than in choosing, if that makes sense. So in being chosen, CHOSEN, than in choosing, ends with an ING. You're so focused on whether this person likes you, whether they accept you, that you're not stopping to ask, do I even like this person? Like, do I actually enjoy talking to them? Do they treat me well? Oh my goodness, very, very important. Do they treat me well? Do they respect me? Do our values even align? Or am I just happy that somebody picked me? That's the first thing. Another thing is that you start believing you have to earn more. You start people pleasing inside your own relationship. You think, oh, if I can just be more, maybe I'm the problem, I'm the reason why this is happening. If I can just be more patient, if I can just, this person is gaslighting you to thinking that you are the problem, and you are buying it. Maybe I'm not patient enough. If I love them harder, if I prove that I'm different, if I prove that I'm perfect, they'll finally choose me. That's where your head is at. Their acceptance will now become proof that you are enough. And like I said earlier, that's a dangerous place to be in. And here's another one. You will start lowering your standards. And sometimes it's not because you don't know what you even deserve. It's just because you're afraid of that asking for more will make them to leave. And guess what? You don't want them to leave. You don't want them to leave. That's one thing that you don't want. So you'll be accepting breadcrumbs. You will excuse disrespect. You can see inconsistency as clear as day. Like, is on a billboard at this point. It's not just a red flag, it's a red walking, moving billboard, an animated billboard even. You can see inconsistency bright and clear, but you're like, oh, maybe they're just busy, maybe I'm asking for too much, maybe if once it's okay that we talk once in 2 weeks. He's a busy person, she's a busy person. You will see emotional unavailability clear as day. You say, okay, they're just not expressive. You become like the best in explaining red flags. Another big one is that you start mistaking anxiety for chemistry. Have you noticed that the people who give us the most butterflies are sometimes the same people that are stressing us the most? Your heart is racing. You're checking your phone every 5 minutes. So have they texted? Have they responded? You're wondering why they have not replied. And because the feelings are very intense, that heart racing is so intense. We now call it chemistry. But have you checked? Is it butterfly that is in my stomach, or is it just wicked, devilish flies that are in my stomach? That is a question that we should actually ask ourselves more these days, because I know that I don't think healthy love is perfect, but I think it's supposed to be calm, right? I'm not saying there won't be downtimes or you won't have differences with this other person that will stress you sometimes, but if it comes with anxiety, then you probably should investigate it, to be honest. And now finally, in a plot twist, sometimes, and wait for this, sometimes people with low self-esteem or a low sense of worth are actually afraid of healthy love. Full stop. And it's not because they don't want it. It's not because you don't want it, but because healthy love requires you to be seen, to be known, to be intimate, to believe that somebody could love the real you. And remember that you believe that the real you is damaged. The real you does not have value. The real you is worthless. So the emotional unavailable person will feel safer because they are distant. They don't have to see you, they don't have to know you, you don't want them, they can't see you enough to know that you are worthless. So if they are too close, you are afraid that they will see you for who you are, because you believe that you are worthless. So you are afraid that they will say that I'm worthless, so and they will not rate me, and they will end up leaving me alone. And so the farther they are, the better for you. It's safer for you that they are far. And the funny thing about this concept is that you end up chasing them away, and then when they leave, you start saying, "Hey, I knew it. I'm not lovable. Hey, nobody can choose me." It's very layered, to be honest. It's a mix of different things. But at the crux of it, in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen, to answer the question of why do I choose people who don't choose me, sometimes, or a lot of times, there's so many things to it: trauma, heartbreak, right? Let's say heartbreak, right? But I talked about specifically self-esteem issues or a sense of worth issue. You're not chasing people, you're just looking for proof that you are enough, or looking for proof that you are not enough. You're looking for something to validate how you're feeling. You're trying to fill a void that was left by a parent or something you experienced growing up. You're trying to prove that you are enough. And if you can relate to almost everything that I have said here, then you need to stick around, because I don't want to bore you. But in the next episode, I'm going to talk about what you need to do, the steps you need to take to gradually. I always make sure to emphasize that this is a gradual process, because I'm not a magician. I'm not coming here with magic tricks to automatically snap you out of it. So it's a gradual process. I'll talk about the things you need to do, the things you need to pay attention to in the next episode, so that this one will not be too long and it will not be too complex for you. So take time, answer the questions in this one, sit with it, marinate. Let's say marinate in your heart. Think about it, share it with somebody that you know needs to be here. There are people in your life that you have talked to this person, leave that boy, leave that girl, and they have refused. You can see that this person does not like your friend. You can see that they don't like your sibling, but somehow it's as if they are coconut head. Send this to them. They need to hear this, and tell them to turn on their post notifications, and you too turn on your post notifications. And I'll see you in my next episode. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening from, and let me know just how much you really enjoyed this episode, and if you'd like to see more of stuff like this. Toodles! See you next week.